That grinding bone on bone pain in your knees? What if you could launch a full reconstruction project to rebuild your own cartilage from the inside out? Today we are not just giving you a list of foods. We are giving you the master architect's 4-phase blueprint for the cartilage reconstruction project. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel, where we give you the simple science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter. And to be our wise master architect for this important rebuilding project, we are joined by a physician who has spent his life teaching the profound wisdom of rebuilding our bodies with patience and with a logical plan. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you for having me, Ben. A wise builder does not bring new and precious materials to a building that is on fire. First, you must calm the site. Then you deliver the materials. Then you hire the skilled workers to be able to assemble them. And finally, you must protect the new and beautiful structure that you have built. Rebuilding the precious cartilage in our joints requires the exact same logical and patient order. This is so very important. I had a patient, a wonderful gentleman, who was told that his knee cartilage was all gone and that a very invasive surgery was his only option. He felt as if his beautiful house had been condemned. He did not know that he could become the project manager of his own personal reconstruction.
And that is exactly what our guide is all about today. In this detailed masterclass, Dr. Hinohara is going to teach us the complete 4-phase blueprint for this important project. In our journey as we start this new week, we will learn Phase 1, calming the construction site. We will then learn Phase 2, delivering the building materials. After that, we will discover Phase 3, assembling the scaffolding. And finally, we will learn Phase 4, protecting the new structure. It is a true blessing to have this kind of knowledge, to be able to understand that our bodies are not simply ruins, but that they are beautiful and living structures that we have been given the blessed power to help rebuild. If you are ready to get the blueprint and to begin your own cartilage reconstruction project this week, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free. And this is a deep dive into the true art of rebuilding your body from the inside out. Okay, Master Architect Hinohara, our cartilage reconstruction project begins now. As our viewers are starting their new week with a sense of hope, you said that a wise builder does not bring new and precious materials to a building that is on fire. So what is the very first and the most essential phase of our blueprint? How do we begin our project?
Yes, our very first phase is the most critical of all. Before any rebuilding can possibly begin, we must first put out the raging fire of inflammation that is damaging the joint. This is Phase 1. We must calm the construction site. For this very important job, we must call in our elite team of firefighters. And our 3 most powerful and most effective firefighters are the beautiful omega-3 fatty acids, the golden turmeric, and the fiery ginger.
And this is such a powerful and an incredibly intelligent team of firefighters. Let's look at the beautiful science of how they all work together to be able to put out this fire. First, as the source text for our video, so wisely notes, we have our beautiful omega-3s, which we can get from our wild-caught fatty fish like salmon. As we now know, these are the foundational and the most powerful anti-inflammatory fats. They help to create a calm and a very peaceful environment throughout our entire body.
And then we bring in our 2 specialist firefighters, the beautiful spices.
Yes, as we learned in our Arthritis Fire Brigade video, the beautiful turmeric with its powerful active compound curcumin is like the fire suppressant. It is the beautiful golden foam that smothers the flames at their very source, and the beautiful ginger with its powerful gingerols is the smoke clearer. It helps to improve the circulation to the joint to be able to wash away all of the inflammatory debris.
And for our patient, the gentleman who thought that his knee was all gone, this was his very first and his most important step. Before we even talked about the rebuilding process, his only job for the first 2 weeks of our work together was to focus on eating these beautiful and powerful firefighting foods every single day. He was gently and patiently calming his own personal construction site.
So our wonderful team of firefighters has now calmed the construction site. The fire is finally out. It is now a peaceful and a very safe environment for our rebuilding to begin. Now, doctor, what is the next phase of our cartilage reconstruction project?
Now that the site is safe and it is calm, it is now time to bring in the big trucks and to begin to deliver all of the beautiful and all of the essential building materials to our site. This is phase 2. We must deliver the building materials.
And to be able to do this with great wisdom, we must first understand what our beautiful and precious cartilage is actually made of. It is not just one single thing. For our viewers at home, you can think of it as being like a beautiful and a very resilient wet sponge. It is made of 2 main and very important things. First, there is a strong and a very flexible net that is made of a very special protein called type 2 collagen. This is the beautiful net that gives the sponge its structure and its form. And second, woven into that beautiful net are very special and very water-loving molecules that are called proteoglycans. These are the very molecules that hold all of the water in the sponge, and they are what give it its beautiful bouncy and shock-absorbing quality. So we need to be able to deliver the materials for both the net and for the beautiful sponge. Where do we get these materials, doctor?
To be able to rebuild the beautiful collagen net, our best and our most direct source from nature is a beautiful and a very traditional bone broth that is made from chicken or from beef bones. As the source text notes, it is a very direct and a very pure source of that beautiful type 2 collagen. And to be able to rebuild the sponge, the beautiful and water-loving proteoglycans, we need a very special and a very important mineral. We need sulfur. And our best and most humble sources for this are the beautiful and pungent foods like garlic and onions.
It is a truly blessed and a very profound thing to be able to understand the intricate and the very beautiful design of our own bodies, and to know that nature has provided the exact and the perfect materials to be able to rebuild it with so much love and so much care. So our first delivery of materials to our beautiful construction site is the direct type 2 collagen that we get from our nourishing bone broth and the essential sulfur that we get from our beautiful garlic and our onions. With these, we are beginning to build both the net and the sponge of our beautiful new cartilage. Doctor, what are the other essential building materials that we need to deliver to our construction site to be able to complete phase 2 of our project?
Yes, our final and very important delivery of materials is the very foundation of all of the protein that is in our body. We must deliver the basic and the most essential building blocks, which are, of course, the amino acids, and our beautiful and our very humble sources, for these are the legumes and the whole grains. And for our patient Michael, this was a very important and a very beautiful part of his new diet. He learned that he did not need to eat a large amount of meat every single day to be able to get his protein. He learned that he could get the beautiful and the very clean building blocks that his body needed from a simple and a very delicious bowl of lentils or chickpeas.
And this is such a beautiful and a very wise point for our viewers to understand this new week. Let's look at the science of this. As we have learned, the net of our cartilage is made of the beautiful and very strong protein collagen. And all of the protein in our entire body is made from a beautiful and a very long chain of amino acids. The legumes, like the beautiful lentils and the chickpeas that the source text so wisely mentions, and the beautiful whole grains, like the ancient grain quinoa, are wonderful and very clean sources of these essential amino acid building blocks. By eating a beautiful and a very diverse plant-rich diet, you're ensuring that your beautiful internal factory has a constant and a very steady supply of all of the different and beautiful building blocks that it needs to be able to construct a strong and a very resilient collagen matrix. So our construction site is now fully and completely supplied. We have calmed the site with our firefighters, and all of the essential materials are now there. The direct collagen, the sulfur, and all of the beautiful amino acids are ready and waiting. But doctor, as you have always so wisely taught us, a simple pile of beautiful materials does not build a house. You need a team of skilled and intelligent workers to be able to assemble them. And this now brings us to phase 3 of our blueprint.
That is exactly right. A construction site that is full of the best materials but has no workers is a silent and a very sad and unproductive place. This is phase 3. We must now assemble the scaffolding. And for this very important job, we must hire our skilled construction crew.
So who is on our beautiful construction crew? Doctor, who are the skilled and essential workers that we need to hire for this important job?
Our 2 most important and most essential workers for this job are vitamin C and the mineral zinc.
Let's start with the foreman of the entire crew, which is the beautiful vitamin C. As the source text notes, the beautiful acerola cherry is one of its most powerful and potent sources. Vitamin C is the master artisan of our entire collagen factory. It is absolutely and non-negotiably essential for the process of collagen synthesis. Specifically, it is the critical cofactor that is needed for the enzymes that perform the beautiful and the very intricate process of cross-linking all of the collagen fibers together. For our viewers at home, you can think of this as being like the wise and patient weaver who is taking all of the individual threads and is weaving them together to create a strong and a very beautiful fabric. Without our beautiful foreman, the vitamin C, the entire fabric of our cartilage would completely and totally unravel. And what about our second important worker, the mineral zinc, doctor?
The beautiful zinc is the diligent and the very precise technician of our crew.
It is. The zinc, which we can get in abundance from our beautiful legumes, is another essential and very important cofactor for many of the enzymes that are involved in protein synthesis in our body. It is the skilled and quiet worker that is ensuring that all of the very delicate machinery in our beautiful factory is running smoothly and with great and beautiful precision. It is a truly blessed and a wonderful thing to see how this beautiful and very complex construction project requires such a diverse and an intelligent team of nutrients, all working together in a perfect and a blessed harmony. And we love sharing this kind of holistic wisdom with our global community. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. We love hearing from all of you. So our cartilage reconstruction project is now well and truly underway. In phase 1, we have calmed the construction site with our beautiful firefighting foods. In phase 2, we have delivered all of the essential raw materials like the collagen and the sulfur and the amino acids. And in phase 3, we have hired the skilled construction crew, the vitamin C and the zinc to be able to assemble the beautiful new scaffolding. The new structure has now been rebuilt. But Master Architect Hinohara, as every good and wise builder, knows every beautiful new building must be properly protected from the elements to be able to last for a very long time. This now brings us to the final and very important phase of our blueprint.
Yes, our final and very beautiful phase is all about ensuring that our beautiful and new creation can last for many, many years to come. This is phase 4. We must now protect the new structure. And for this very important job, we must hire our finishing and protection team. And our two champion food groups for this final and very important job are the beautiful and the very antioxidant-rich berries and the bone-strengthening dairy products.
So this final and beautiful phase is all about long-term and very deep protection. Let's look at the beautiful science of this, starting with the berries.
The beautiful berries are our painters and our sealers. They are the ones who come at the end of the project to apply the beautiful and very protective coating to our new building.
That is a beautiful and a very accurate analogy. The deep and the beautiful colors of our berries, like the beautiful blueberries and the blackberries, come from their very special and their very powerful antioxidants that are called anthocyanins. And these anthocyanins are like a beautiful and a very protective sealant for our new cartilage. Their most important job is to constantly patrol the area and to neutralize all of the dangerous free radicals that are created by our daily stress. It is these free radicals that can damage and can chip away at our new and beautiful cartilage structure. The beautiful berries are protecting our new and very precious investment. So the berries are protecting the new cartilage from the outside. But doctor, you also mentioned the dairy products. I thought that our beautiful project today was all about our cartilage, not about our bone.
A wise builder knows that a strong and a beautiful building cannot possibly stand on a weak and a crumbling foundation.
And that is the final and the most profound piece of this entire and beautiful puzzle. The beautiful and the new cartilage that we have so patiently rebuilt sits on top of a very special and a very important layer of bone that is called the subchondral bone. If this foundational bone is weak or it is brittle, as it so often is in the condition of osteoporosis, it cannot properly support the new and beautiful cartilage that is above it. The very foundation itself will begin to crack and to crumble, and all of our beautiful and new construction will be for nothing. So the calcium, and of course its very important partners, vitamin D and K2 that we get from our beautiful and high-quality dairy products, and our beautiful dark leafy greens are what ensure that the very foundation that our new cartilage is sitting upon is as strong and as solid as a rock. Now, doctor, to bring our entire 4-phase project together, can you please show our viewers at home how to build a simple and a very powerful reconstruction plate?
Of course, it is a beautiful and a very delicious meal that speaks to all 4 of our beautiful phases. For your main course, you will have a beautiful piece of a wild-caught salmon. The beautiful salmon will provide the powerful omega-3s for phase 1. On the side of your plate, you will have a beautiful and a very satisfying serving of lentils that have been cooked with a little bit of beautiful garlic. This will provide the amino acids and the sulfur for phase 2. Next to that, you will have a beautiful side of lightly steamed broccoli. The beautiful broccoli provides the essential vitamin C for phase 3. And for your beautiful dessert, you can have a wonderful bowl of plain yogurt with some fresh and delicious blueberries. And this will provide the beautiful and protective compounds for phase 4. With this one simple and very delicious meal, you have supported your entire reconstruction project.
And doctor, let's go back one final time to our patient Michael, the man who thought that a painful surgery was his only hope.
This was the beautiful and the very successful conclusion to his reconstruction project. The man who thought that his house was condemned learned how to become the wise and the patient project manager of his own healing. He began by calming the site with all of the beautiful and anti-inflammatory foods. He then delivered the materials with the beautiful bone broth and the humble legumes. He assembled the scaffolding with the help of his vitamin C, and finally, he protected the new structure with his daily berries. And after a few months of following this beautiful and very logical blueprint, something wonderful began to happen. The painful and the very frustrating swelling that was in his knees began to recede. The deep and the grinding ache began to fade away. And one day, he told me that he was now able to walk in his beautiful garden again, to be able to kneel down and to tend to his beautiful plants without that terrible and sharp pain. The reconstruction project was a complete and a total success.
That is a truly beautiful and a blessed story, Doctor. It is a powerful reminder that our bodies are not destined for ruin, but that they have an incredible and a God-given capacity to be able to rebuild and to restore themselves if we just give them the proper and the blessed blueprint. That is an incredible and a very hopeful story of a complete and a total reconstruction, Doctor. For our viewers who are watching on this beautiful Monday morning and who are now so inspired to become the project manager of their own cartilage reconstruction project, what is the master blueprint? What is the simple and the very actionable plan that they can start this new week?
Yes, the master blueprint is a very simple and a very beautiful one, and it begins with a gentle and a very wise plan for your new week. You must not try to do everything all at once. That is the path to failure. Instead, you will gently begin to introduce the different teams to your project one by one. For the first step of your new week, your only job is to hire your firefighters. You will focus only on phase 1. This week, you will simply have a beautiful piece of a wild-caught salmon for one of your dinners. And you will begin to add a little bit of the beautiful turmeric and the fresh ginger to your meals. Your only job is to begin to calm the construction site.
So we begin by calming the site. It is a very logical first step. And once we are comfortable with that, what is our next step?
Then, once you are comfortable with that, you will begin to add one new food from phase 2 and from phase 3. Perhaps this week you will make a beautiful and a very simple lentil soup with lots of beautiful garlic and onions in it. The lentils will provide the beautiful amino acids and the zinc, and the garlic will provide the essential sulfur. And for your vitamin C, you can simply have a beautiful and delicious orange with your lunch. You are now delivering the materials and you are hiring the workers for your project. And finally, for your daily routine, you will bring in your beautiful security guards from phase 4. You can have a simple and a very satisfying handful of beautiful berries with your breakfast every single morning. This is a very simple and a very gentle way to begin your beautiful reconstruction project.
So this is a complete and a very powerful protocol for anyone who is suffering from chronic knee pain or from other types of joint pain. By following this simple blueprint, you are no longer just taking one single ingredient. You are creating a complete and a very holistic system to be able to fight the inflammation and the stiffness that is causing your joint pain. This beautiful and intelligent blueprint is a true and a very powerful cornerstone for your long-term senior health. It is a way to be able to take back control from the daily misery of joint pain and to build a stronger and a more resilient body. This is a true and a very hopeful path for all of our senior health.
Your body is not a ruin that is destined to crumble. It is a beautiful and a very intelligent construction site, and it is always ready to rebuild. You are the master architect. You must simply give it the right blueprint, and it will create a beautiful and a lasting masterpiece of health for you.
That is a beautiful and a very empowering message to end on, Doctor. Thank you for sharing this incredible reconstruction blueprint with us today. And for all of you who are watching at home, if you found this guide empowering and it gave you a new and a hopeful way to think about your joints, please give this video a like. It truly helps others who may be feeling hopeless about their knee pain to be able to find this life-changing information. And be sure to share it with a friend or a family member who you know needs to hear this beautiful and hopeful message. If you have not already, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures that you will not miss our next deep dive into your health and your well-being. We would be so honored to have you as a part of our growing community. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know which phase of the cartilage reconstruction project, calming the site, delivering the materials, assembling the scaffolding, or protecting the structure, will you be starting this week? Please share your first step in the comments below. And finally, it is absolutely essential that you speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian before making any significant changes to your diet, especially if you have existing health conditions. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for the direct medical advice from your own trusted physician. Thank you for being with us. Be well.